On this video today, we're going to be doing a grilled cheese. Mostly because I recently saw a video of Gordon Ramsay making grilled cheese using Romano, which is ridiculous. I make Romano and it is a granular cheese. It's just the same as Parmesan, granular cheese as well. That's why you grate it really finely, put it in your cooking. It doesn't really melt. It softens but doesn't melt. And so we thought, okay, well, what is the best way of doing a grilled cheese? Because it's coming into winter here in Australia and a grilled cheese sandwich is pretty nice at times. So today, that's what we're going to do. We're going to make a grilled cheese sandwich. So we're going to start with our bread. Now what I have for us today, there's a couple of different types, but I've actually picked up this one, which is jalapeno pane de casa. And it is actually really nice bread. It's one of those stone cooked breads. And so we just want, not too thin, but definitely not too thick either, to cut up a couple of slices of the bread. And you can use other breads as well. The main thing is you don't want too many big holes in it. Sourdough is not great because it toughens up a lot when you're cooking it. So we won't be doing that one. But a Vienna bread is quite nice. You can use, just sliced bread, but some of them are, not that great. All depends on the quality that you want. All right, so now we have our bread. And we are going to butter both sides. So for this, I'm actually going to use a herb and garlic butter that I have, and it has a lot of flavor, adds a lot more to it. But if you're just using plain butter, you want to use a salted butter. All right. Now I have my butter here, so let's get going. And just a nice amount over it all. As I said, do both sides. Now, I'm going to admit I am cheating here. I didn't actually, mix this butter up myself. This is one that I just grabbed from the supermarket. It's a Mainland one. Not being sponsored by Mainland, probably should be, but it's a very nice product that they do. We don't do any goat's milk butter or goat's butter at the moment. Maybe in the future, but not in the immediate future. All right, so it's not just, so you got to do both sides, and the reason for that is we'll be cooking them and then flipping them over, and the butter gives you a nice golden crisp on the outside, and the heat from that will also help the cheese to melt whilst we're doing that. Now we'll get that flipped over. Yep. Now a lot of the American recipes will use mayonnaise, and they just use a lot of mayonnaise. And it's it's just something wrong with Americans, really. It just doesn't have the flavor. Yes, it becomes really golden, but they keep on saying it's like this really golden, creamy texture. No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to get my induction plate up, and then we are going to start cooking these. All right, so I've got an induction plate up, got the saucepan on here. That's just starting to warm up, so we'll wait for that to come up. And now, whilst we're doing that, just to talk about the cheese that we're using today. So today I've actually got two types of cheese. I've got mozzarella, and I've grated that. Then also got a Gruyere, which is a Swiss cheese, melts really well. And I'm going to mix the two in together and put them in. Now I've grated both of them. It just helps things to melt more. And then they are both melting cheeses, but the mozzarella will stretch and melt a lot more than the Gruyere. Now Gruyere, not everyone's favorite. I like it. But you might be better off using a vintage cheddar or just even a Colby or some other form of cheddar. So doing that. But it's all up to you. And you can even, if you get a bit more creative, start adding things into it. So you can add in some sun-dried tomatoes or other things, whatever you want. But just a classic with just a cheese, it's a winner. All right, so let's come up. So we are going to get that butter back on there. Let's put that down. Yep, you hear that sizzling away. Oh, the smell of that garlic has come up straight away. That's delicious. All right. Now we don't want it too much. Just turn that down a bit, because you're, see how that's already started to golden? That's all right. Probably could go a bit more, to be honest. And what I will do is, I don't want to flip over as well. Yep. Get them all on there. Oh, that smells really good coming through at the moment. All right, so the key thing here, as I said, we're just wanting to get a bit of heat into it, get it to start to become golden. Might turn it back up a little bit more. Induction plates are a little bit hard when you start with, just sort of learning. You don't want to go too hot, you don't want it to burn everything, but you do want that nice goldenness to it. Okay. Yeah, see those. All right. So what I'm going to do now is, here is a mixture of my cheeses, my Gruyere and my mozzarella. So I'm just going to put that down on top of these ones which have already, you know, been on there for a little bit, started to melt a bit. Got that heat with them. Just put that in nice and thick. That looks amazing. All right. I'll take these others, put that on top there, on top there. All right. Okay. Now, one other thing you can do is you can just put a cover over. Now this is going to trap more heat in there, and it's going to get that cheese to heat up and to melt even quicker. All right, not just having to rely on stuff coming through the bread. So this is always good. It does help whenever you're cooking anything else. This lovely big top, put it over, just it's a splash top or something. So stops any fat spitting out and that sort of stuff. So it's really good in that regards. All right, so this is looking pretty good for us. Yep. Now I don't mind a little bit of a charring on my bread. Probably could have been a slightly lower heat, so we didn't get the charring and more golden, but I think it's pretty good. Could also just been that herb and garlic butter. So we are going to grab our knife and go and cut this, and let's see how it went. Oh, that bread is nice and crusty. Yeah, let me just move that back in. Yep. Okay. So, I know, see that? So that is nice grilled cheese sandwich. Beautiful there. And to eat. That garlic and herb butter is there with the cheese, and oh, a little bit of the spice from the jalapeno, pane de casa. That is very nice grilled cheese. So this is how you do it, not how Gordon Ramsay tells you to do it with the Romano. But yeah, try around with yourselves. As I said, salted butter on the outside, and when you get that goldenness on it, good bread, and then get your melting cheeses in and a bit of flavour. But that is divine. All right, see you next time.